Hello, thank you for joining me for Stopping the Stigma, Suicide Sessions, Part 2. So today I'm going to go 10,000 miles outside of my own comfort zone by making this video for you. In the same way, for some of you, I'm going to take you 10,000 miles outside of yours. I'm going to ask you to take off your shoes, which are your own life experiences. Then I want you to take off your glasses, the way you see the world, and put on a new set of shoes and some unfamiliar lenses. I'm asking you to not think from your perspective, to see ours, so that you may gain some understanding. For many people listening to this is a lot like pregnancy, labor, or parenting. You can't really get it until you've experienced it. It's the same for a circumstance like jumping out of an airplane or the death of a parent. They're hard shoes and lenses unless they belong to you. But when we listen to others and we try to hear their story, we can start to understand. This is one of those instances. Now, for some of you, you're going to relate to what I have to say. It's going to resonate with you. It's going to touch places that you've been before, drawing up feelings and emotions. You might have some memories. Or I might be describing how you feel right now. And I wouldn't encourage you, no matter what, no matter where you stand, what place that you're in, you need to talk about it. You need to share how you're feeling. Open your mouth and let the words out. Say what's on your heart. The questions of who, what, why, where, and when, how need to be answered. Where are you? You know, it's just like we learned several years ago in elementary school when we played that bear hunt game with our teacher. She would set us in a big circle and we would smack our hands on our legs and clap our hands together. And we were so excited to go on the journey with her. Each time we reached a new destination, the teacher would say, "We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. We have to go through it." And that's the same for this. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. We must go through it. And we go through it by speaking up and talking about it. If you're in this condition, talk about it with someone you trust. Share it so you can start to heal. Whether what I say today resonates with you or not, I want to thank you for coming. I know my words have a message that are destined for the right set of ears. If what I have to say does not resonate with you, I want to thank you for listening and wish you well in finding something that does. So let's begin. The answer to the questions I'm going to give this week will vary depending on who you ask. Suicide, mental illness, addiction, all these topics are not in any way a one-size-fits-all. The motives behind the actions can be vast. I'll be answering based on my experiences and that of the people I work with who so generously provided me with their insight. Thank you. Let's begin with question number 1. Why? How could you? What could possibly be that bad? There was help. You know there were other choices, options. The essence of suicide, the answer to your question, can be simply generalized. It's one word, and I've already mentioned it many times. Hopelessness. In many ways, regardless of motive, you can break it down to utter hopelessness. Hopelessness is a huge part of the why. And there are so many things that lead us to this state of being. We can experience loss, trauma. We can find ourselves in fear, abandonment, failure. And all of these things lead to feelings of guilt and shame, inadequacy, perhaps loneliness, rejection. We could make a list a mile long. I want you to try to imagine a giant and magnificent oak tree. Now, the oak tree catches a bacterial canker. Over time, the canker disease is going to cause extensive damage to the trees. And it'll start by killing its branches. It'll eat its way to the bark. Eventually, it seeps into the trunk and kills the tree. We are the tree, and hopelessness seeps in much in that way. When there is nothing left but the darkness, when all you can see is black, when you are alone and left to ponder, It's dangerous. You're dangerous, reckless, because you just want it to stop. You want it to stop so bad that it becomes unbearable. It haunts you, literally devouring at your soul, your will. When it's left to fester, when it's pushed to its limits, it's uncontrollable. The thoughts, the feelings, they are maddening. You're right in your statement that everything does come down to a choice. And people make this one because when you feel dead inside already, checking out is not really a difficult choice. To be brutally honest with you, there are moments you don't feel like there is a choice. I guess I would encourage you to imagine the darkest time in your life, then multiply that by whatever makes it completely unbearable for you. And you might have a small idea of what I mean. I hope you never feel this way. And I want you to know that hope is the answer to keep you and someone else from feeling it too. I'm going to end this week with the same question for you at the end of each session. Who are you in this world? Are you a hope dealer or a hope stealer? And how are you? Is your hope tank full or does it need a fill? By the end of the week, I'll reveal how you can guarantee you're on the right side of these questions. Until then, take care and be hopeful. If you or someone you know is battling with depression or suicide, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. They are available around the clock for support and resources, as am I. Take care.